To many, today is just May 4th. To a section of, the world, it is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And to many, Star Wars, is just movies or some TV shows, books, just, that kind of nerd culture. And I understand that. But to me, Star Wars saved my life. As everybody knows, life with cancer is tough. And I was not always the person that I am today, sharing my story, being an advocate, talking about mental health. In 2017, I was struggling. I was, on the verge of not wanting to live. I was stuck in bed about 22 hours a day. I wasn't able to eat. I was getting fed through TPN infusions. I was on a constant pain pump. I was about 5 months into a clinical trial that I had no idea if it was working yet. And that was my last option, last shot. It was clinical trial or hospice. And I would lay in bed, unable to sleep, just hearing that pump go. And I was in some really dark places and really struggling to convince myself that this life was worth living every day, was worth going through all the pain, all the suffering, all the mental hell that I was in, and just the dark spiraling places. Was it worth it? And I was having trouble convincing myself it was. And then one day it was snowing, wind was blowing, the cable wasn't working, internet wasn't, and my uncle had DVR'd the first six Star Wars movies, and I'd seen them all, but never really sat down and paid any attention. So that night, I just pressed play, started watching, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3. And the next morning, I realized I had watched all six, a little over 12 hours. And it was the first time since I'd been diagnosed, and especially since, the cancer came back, that I had felt an escape, that I hadn't sat there and got depressed and angry and pitied myself and just frustrated and, questioned living. It took me to that galaxy and got transported into the characters, into the story. And after that, it was, the floodgates open. All the movies, TV shows, animated, now live action, especially the books. And I'm lucky enough that one of the amazing authors, Claudia Gray, started following my story and even named a droid in one of her newest books, The Fallen Star, after me, JJ5145. That is one of the biggest and craziest honors of my life. But really, today means so much to me because it showed that no matter what I was going through and what anybody can be going through in life, there is an escape out there. For me, it's Star Wars. For me, it's that galaxy. It's just everything about it appeals to me in my mind, but yours can be anything. And finding an escape like that is instrumental in your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, and to just survive this crazy world that we live in today.